Hi, my name is Benchegib. I'm the co-founder of Sungai Watch. I'm on a mission to clean rivers. Every single day we go down some of Bali's dirtiest rivers and jump in them. I grew up in Bali and I've been seeing the island get trashed with plastic and development over the years. And so I made it my full-time mission to clean and protect this beautiful paradise. And I'm so grateful to be this year's social hero with Oneworld Ayurveda, and this is my first Panchakakarma here at Oneworld. I think when you look at plastic pollution, unfortunately here in Bali and in Indonesia, you really can't look away. It's literally everywhere you go, and it's gone so bad that even in the most remote villages, there's signs of plastics. In the furthest islands in Indonesia, oftentimes the beaches are covered in plastic. So it was our natural fight. 15 years ago when we started, environmentalism, plastic pollution was not yet considered cool. And so at 14 years old, I was like, I need to do something about it. So it's been a 15-year-long journey of trying to clean Bali. We started on the beach to realize that 90% of plastic pollution in the ocean come from rivers and streams. Sungai in Indonesian means river, and so that's been our core focus. Cleaning rivers, connecting people, land communities to the ocean through rivers. We install simple barriers like our trash barriers, and every day our team will come to the barriers and clean them up. Every day we can collect 2,000 to 3,000 kilos of plastic. To date, we've collected more than 2.7 million kilos, which is giant mountains full of trash that we then sort and recycle into products. I think running Sungai Watch, sometimes it's so easy to get so depressed almost. You come to a river that you've cleaned, the next day it gets polluted again. And so much of the work that we do is into changing mindsets, changing people's habits. And really when, the biggest reward moments is when a river is finally clean. When we can move one of our barriers that has been placed in a river for 2 years, and the community is now, understands the plastic pollution problem. And it feels like the community is graduated and the barrier can be moved somewhere else. Some of the other incredible reward moments has been, a couple years ago when we stumbled across the mangroves of South Bali next to the airport, completely covered in plastic. And so for the course of 3 years, we've been cleaning up the mangroves. And just over the last few months, we've now successfully cleaned them up. It's been a 3-year mission, but now for the first time, we're seeing the mangrove shoots grow back. When you leave nature alone and you don't distort it, you can really see nature come back. And that's the most rewarding aspect of the work that we do, is that if a river can be left clean, then it will thrive. And that's all the work that we're trying to do. 4 years of running Sungai Watch with my brother and sister, health has never been a focus of mine. I'm jumping in the most polluting rivers, sometimes not even wearing the right PPE. And that has really had some effects on my health. And so, I was sort of looking at what can really be tremendous for my health, and stumbled across Panchakakarma and the Oneworld Ayurveda. So, that's where I think now I've just turned 30, and obviously I want to make sure I'm sustainable for the next at least 30 years of my professional career. So health is the most important prioritization at the moment for me. I had heard a little bit about Oneworld and the incredible practices that you guys offer, but also Ayurveda and its incredible medicines that has lived for thousands of years. I've had many friends that have practiced Ayurveda and Panchakarma in India, as well as here in Bali with Oneworld. And so I think through looking at natural healing, especially focusing on the gut and the impacts of water health on my body, I decided that that could be an incredible solution. Yeah, I think Oneworld Ayurveda is, really feels like a home away from home. Here in the lush jungle of Ubud, you're literally in the center of Ubud, experiencing incredible nature, and the incredible team puts on a very catered, 5-star experience to serve you incredible vegan food. Every dish, you're almost in your mouth as you enjoy them. You have to guess what it is because it's so tasteful. To the treatments, the incredible way that the therapist will be opening the treatments with the prayers and incense, really brings you into your own personal meditation and your own personal journey every single step of the way, to the incredible yoga sessions. Doing this Panchakakarma and having 7 days to reflect and sit put, focusing on the health, but also focusing on what's next. It was really a great opportunity for me to really look into almost the next 5 years, 10 years. Sungai Watch, we have started 4 years ago. We now are protecting more than 300 rivers every single day. But we're expanding to cities like Sidoarjo, Bekasi, which are some of the most populated cities in Indonesia. The dream is to replicate what we're doing here all across this incredible archipelago nation. Dr. Resmi told me not to jump in a river again. I don't know if I will have to follow her advice because it feels very natural for me to do so. But definitely doing it by taking the safe precautions, understanding how my body is. If I'm having a bad day or if I'm having a flu, maybe that's not the day where you jump in rivers because you're more prone to catching bacteria or viruses. So really understanding my body before jumping into the next river. But ultimately, there's a lot of rivers to jump in, so it'll have to be a case by case.